Superman versus Supergirl. Two Kryptonian heroes, two symbols of hope, two cousins going at it. So who's coming out on top in this family feud? Well, let's find out. What's up guys, I'm Daniel and this is DanCo. We do fight breakdowns every week, plus the occasional power ranking video like this one or things like that. So if that seems interesting to you, we'll sit back and enjoy the video. Hit that like button. If you want to, well, hit the subscribe button while you're at it. Now let's get to it. Krypton is dying, and no one really wants to admit it. Well, no one except Jor-El and Lara. They're the only ones that seem to have any clue what's going on. And their only goal from then on is to save their son, Kal-El. So they built a baby-sized spaceship and just launched him onto outer space. Sent him hurtling towards Earth. I don't know why they didn't decide to build a rocket big enough for all three of them, but I guess they figured they would just kill themselves and their alien son was better off being raised by some random strangers in the middle of Kansas. They really lucked out too, because Kal landed on Jonathan and Martha Kent's front yard. And so instead of becoming a tyrannical dictator with godlike powers, he became Clark Kent, Superman, the world's greatest hero. Thanks to being exposed to a yellow sun, Superman, like all Kryptonians, gained godlike powers. Like, literally godlike. He's the most powerful member of the Justice League. He's easily more powerful than Wonder Woman. He's even on par with Hot Boy Zeus over here. And one of his chief powers is super strength. And Clark has done a whole lot of impressive stuff. He's definitely put those muscles to good use. But his best showing was shifting a whole tectonic plate in order to prevent an earthquake. And even though this happened off screen, and all we have to base it on is a newspaper article, why not include it? I mean, it's really not that crazy. Thor is literally doing stuff like this, and we've seen other Supermen do similar things. And in order to do something like this, to shift a tectonic plate, well, it would require 10 teratons of force and energy, or country level strength, meaning that you could destroy a country with a punch. If a country was small enough where you could destroy it with a punch. So some crazy strength. And all that translates over to how Superman throws a hit too. I mean, just look at the clashes between him and General Zod, and all the destruction that caused. Look at how he was able to send Doomsday flying up into outer space, or just send him sailing. And then look at how he destroyed Steppenwolf. Steps is pretty tough too. He's fought against his own Doomsday in the past, and even destroyed a moon in their fight. He survived the destruction of a moon. Couldn't stand up against Superman and his punches. And here's the thing, Superman isn't just crazy strong. He's not just able to throw a mean punch, but like the best fighters out there, he can definitely take a punch too. Like, look at his fight against Doomsday. This monster's sole purpose was to kill Superman. He saw one statue of the big guy and he was done. It was all over from that point. He was gonna kill him. And at the beginning of the fight, Superman is actually doing really well. Gets him out of Metropolis, gets him out of the city, gets him up into outer space. And of course, that's when the military decided to launch a nuclear missile at his face. Probably not the best idea, especially in hindsight. But here's the thing, while Superman was injured, he took the blast. He took a nuclear bomb to the face. It was right back in the fight just a few moments later. It's even possible that Superman was weakened from the kryptonite from Batman earlier on in the night. So if that wasn't in play, then he might have just taken that nuclear bomb no problem. And that's not really the only time Superman has taken an attack on that just astronomical level, because there's also the World Engine. The World Engine is a Kryptonian terraforming machine, used specifically to convert a planet's atmosphere and the literal composition of the world itself to become more like Krypton, making it so that Kryptonians can easily move on in there and colonize the place. Just the World Engine landing down was enough to completely annihilate a mountain, so that already means that it's made out of something that could withstand a mountain-destroying impact. And then not only did Superman destroy it, well, he did it while weakened and standing under a gravity beam that was single-handedly terraforming the Earth. And I mean, yeah, it was a slow burn, but this was gravity that was altering and changing the entire planet itself. Superman was at ground zero. He was taking all of that force, all of that power, and it was actually overpowering it and flying through it. That's crazy. But here's the thing, Superman isn't just strong, and he isn't just tough. No, those aren't the only two things he has going for him. He actually got a whole bunch of powers, like his freeze breath, or his hypersonic scream, or his heat vision. Oh man, his heat vision. He's able to slice clean through metal and blow stuff up. And we used to believe that he could reach temperatures as hot as 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. But now, well, Superman's heat vision might actually be way hotter, way more powerful. In Zack Snyder's Justice League, we learned that Kryptonian metal could withstand its core being superheated to 3.5 million Kelvin. No problem. Which is absolutely no laughing matter. The center of our sun is only 1.1 million Kelvin. And yet, here's Superman consistently burning and cutting through Kryptonian metal. Kal-El, also known as Supergirl, was the cousin of Kal-El, who was sent to Earth after the destruction of Krypton, only to be captured by the Soviet Union. She was kept in an old Russian base in Siberia, eventually being saved by the Flash, another Flash, and Batman. After recovering her powers, Kara decided to confront General Zod alone, only to see how the Kryptonian army slaughtered innocent soldiers. So she allied with the Flash, and Batman in order to fight Zod and his army, forming a makeshift Justice League. Unlike her cousin Kal, who crash-landed in Kansas, she crashed in Russia and was kept in captivity in a red solar prison cell all her life, so her powers never really developed the same, and she started off incredibly weak and fragile. But since she is a Kryptonian, as soon as Kara was exposed to yellow sun radiation, she gained incredible, superhuman, even god-like powers, and was ready to wreck shop. Right after being exposed to the sun, she was able to effortlessly overpower a whole squad of Russians, instantly killing them and sending them flying huge distances with each punch or kick she threw. She was also able to fight against other Kryptonians, plowing through a group of unadapted Kryptonians on her way to face off against Zod. And when she got to Zod, well, she was able to give him a good fight, even managed to knock him out by hitting him with a piece of Kryptonian metal. Supergirl's body is also nearly indestructible. She's completely bulletproof, can fly straight through missiles and explosions, no problem, and can take countless blows from other Kryptonians like General Zod, and come out the other side unscathed. She's also stupid fast. She was able to blitz Zod on a few different occasions, and the only hero who's confirmed to be faster than her is the Flash. Even then, Kara was able to adjust to his speed and perceive him as he ran around Zod, moving fast enough to synchronize with them and fly through the vortex, hitting Zod several times, but never running into the Flash. Even though Supergirl hasn't had her powers for very long, her powers were still described as colossal, and she even initially dominated in the fight against General Zod. This is because, unlike Superman, Supergirl isn't holding back and fights with an immense amount of rage, fully intent on killing General Zod. So, who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, when it comes to strength, Superman is easily the physically strongest character in the DCEU. Sure, other people will try and push him for that top spot, but at the end of the day, it's still Superman at the top. He can shift whole tectonic plates in order to stop earthquakes. He overpowered the World Engine and even ripped apart the Mother Boxes, a force that was threatening to actually destroy the world. On top of that, he was able to absolutely annihilate Steppenwolf, someone we know was able to destroy a moon in one of his previous fights with a different version of Doomsday. And Clark absolutely bodied him. I mean, the whole reason why Batman was trying to pick a fight with him in the first place was because he believed that Superman was a threat who had the power to wipe out all of humanity and end life as we know it. Supergirl might be a Kryptonian, but she's never shown anywhere close to that kind of potential. I just don't think she's been exposed to the sun for long enough. She hasn't quite absorbed enough solar radiation. However, what she has done is completely dominate the average Kryptonian, and then square off against Zod in a one-on-one. And for a while, she could fight evenly against Zod, managed to throw him around, even eventually knocked him out after hitting him a bunch of times, although the effort did cause her to pass out. But Zod was able to come back from being knocked out and ended up overpowering Supergirl and overpowering her in every subsequent fight. And then Clark is insanely durable, arguably invincible. Superman can take attacks from all the Justice League combined. He can take every attack that Doomsday can throw his way and instantly get back up and keep on fighting. He's able to withstand enough gravitational force and power to terraform the Earth. He can take every attack that General Zod was able to throw his way and not go down once. He's even survived a point-blank nuclear bomb before. But Supergirl should be just as tough. She could take bullets and explosions no problem, took a whole bunch of attacks from Zod and didn't go down, but Zod was eventually able to hurt her and kill her, and do it over and over and over again. Her lack of time in the sun comes back to bite her once again. Now, maybe Supergirl has better speed. It looks like she can match close to the Flash, even though Barry is still faster. But you can argue the exact same for Superman. Can match close to the Flash, even though Barry is a bit faster. Supergirl's rage and willingness to kill is nothing new to Superman. I mean, he's fought against Zod and Doomsday. Superman has years more experience than Supergirl. He's got way more raw power. Kara was constantly running out of power halfway through fights, and she could never ever beat General Zod. Superman beat him on the first try. This one is so easy. Superman wins. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. If you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You're going to see more videos like this one every single week. I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.